Alright, guys, so I had contemplated a very long time if I even should do this video, as of something that I always thought about, that we need more stuff like this, um, for to people that have a some sort of platform. I'm not saying I'm huge or on YouTube or on the gram or anything like that, but I think I have a lot of like coworkers and friends that follow that probably could benefit for something like this. As you guys know, June is the mental health awareness month for men. Um, as a man, a lot of times I know that I have struggled at one point or another with mental health. And just to give you guys a little bit of a background, because I just started YouTube and as a hobby, and it's is a hobby to me. I'm not looking to get paid or anything like that, but it's more of a digital diary for me. Something I can go look back and I can show the kids can show the kids, kind of thing, and just remember those hunts. Because I fell in love with the outdoors. I'm gonna tell you how that happened. A lot of you may know that I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. Throughout my younger days, I experienced a lot of like crazy things, things that some people should never really experience. But it's something that it happened in ways I'm grateful that it happened, because um, it gave me the opportunity to learn and grow faster. Um, and learn, I guess, the do's and don'ts. But anyways, with those events, there were a lot of them are very traumatic. And what I'm trying to get at to explain this to you guys is that to me, trauma is trauma, right? For those that don't know, I'm currently still serving in the armed forces. 2 more years, I'm gone. Looking forward to retirement, but yeah, I have experience combat to a level, to an extent, and it is one of those things that you do this for 18 years and you just always on the go. You a lot of times don't have that downtime to kind of decompress. And I'll tell you this: when the mind and body is telling you no more, it just comes out, right? But it's one of those things that within the armed forces, especially within men, we don't speak of, unless it's gotten to that point where it's just, you feel like there's no return. But anyways, between personally growing up in neighborhoods, seeing a lot of jacked up things, also joined the military, seeing a lot of jacked up things, it does something to your mental. It's something that I'm doing this now. I'm actually forcing myself to be a little bit vulnerable, because I know that that's probably the first step, and I want some of the homies also to do this, right? Because I've seen some struggles. I've seen their face. I've seen their looks. I see how behavior change. And if you guys have folks out there, parents, brother, sister, whoever, or yourself that may have served or have gone through a traumatic event, you know how people change. But sorry, gotta take a puff from enjoying a cigar. I think with time, the armed forces done well on, I guess, providing services. But even then, you go to those services and you feel like they're just checking boxes, and that's why I think a lot of veterans refuse to go talk to anyone or get checked out. And this, at the end of the day, I know we're talking about men's month and all that, but ultimately, like, anyone and everyone, right, should have that luxury to be able to go talk to someone. The reason I started actually talking more and probably sharing more some of my experiences is because I'm being grateful that I haven't had people around me that encourage me or that have been through some similar things that I feel comfortable on, speaking and opening up to. Uh, with time, I had come across this organization, nonprofit org, that um, we brought veterans together, took them out on trips, be hunting, fishing, whatever the case may be. But that's where I saw that that's when most veterans were willing to open up, speak up, and be vulnerable, right? And I saw the effects of you come around people, people that experience similar things, and you can share those stories, you can share those experiences, you can share those traumas, you can share, what it made you feel. And ultimately, when everything was said and done, you had a new core of friends, a new group of people that you could reach out to. And I've seen how those guys and girls, after everything's said and done, still stay in communication. And I have found that through those experiences, in ways I've been also being able to heal, right? Because I'll tell you this, I fell in love with the outdoors, and the reason I do all this hunting stuff is because I feel like when I'm out in the woods, I'm out fishing, I'm doing something, that peace and quiet, and it just brings me happiness. It just takes all the nonsense, all the BS away. And I think that's why you probably see a lot of veterans that enjoy the outdoors. But sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes you have to go probably see a professional, and I recommend anyone to go see someone out of the circle, out of their organization, someone that is going to be completely unbiased, because I know how it feels talking to someone that is probably going to tell you what you want to hear, right? And when you don't hear what you want to hear, things potentially could get messy in your head, right? Wait a second, I gotta take a sip. And by all means, not a doctor, not a psychologist, but I've been around a lot of trauma, a lot of hurt, a lot of crazy, weird experiences, to know enough, that feeling that even if you are a bystander or someone that's just been there for a friend or a homie, how much that consumes you, consumes your feelings, your heart, your emotions, everything. And probably the worst feeling is always, to me, is being feeling hopeless, right? And helpless. It's one of those things that, shit, what do I do? How do I do this? And I'm not saying to become a psychologist, but know the way to hand off that person or how to get help. I think something that we all should thrive, and also encourage men to speak up. Because as men, I feel like we do carry a lot of weight on, taking care of families, providing, being the male figure, especially in the state that we are right now as a community. Everything's in shambles, right? Everything's just all over the place. So now we have to be able to do a lot more with less. And if we're not mentally set, ready, we can easily fall apart. But some of the stuff that I want to share with you guys is things that I do. I'm not in the greatest shape in the world, by all means, but working out, just a simple walking around. You don't have to be, C-bum or anything like that. Working out helps, release some of those stresses. Be able to just relax, and even just go through that process of thinking things through. It helps me. Something real big that I've been preaching to all the guys around the office and around all the vets that I know and where I go is, man, you gotta do your blood work. Blood work will tell you a whole lot about what's going on in your body, because this is just things in your bodies there. are all over the place, especially after you have experienced such a high tempo of activity or stress. And once you're no longer in that environment, your body starts just shutting down. I'll tell you this, I got blood work done. My vitamin D was, pause, no diddy, my vitamin D was just crashed. And once I started getting supplementation of vitamin D, that played a huge role in how I felt, which is crazy to me because I'm always outside hunting, fishing, or doing something, but just my body was just not just absorbing, I guess. And so once I started, supplementing that vitamin D, I felt great. I felt amazing. Just go see the doctor. Go get a CBC. Go check your PSA, your testosterone levels. I have noticed that throughout the veteran community, a lot of dudes have their testosterone crashed. 30-some years old, early 40s, testosterone crash. That could also be affecting your mental. So, take it from me. Once again, not a doctor, not a psychologist, but been around long enough, I experienced long enough to know what I'm seeing around the armed forces, military, and dudes that gone through some sort of trauma, right? So I've been pushing that a lot, and also just the awareness and letting people know that it's okay. Letting dudes know it's okay to speak up, to say something, because we think that we always have to be the hard-ass dude. We don't, man. We maybe our combat experience is different from others that probably went through some worse shit, and sometimes we just minimize our experience. Just like one of my buddies just kind of mentioned yesterday, I was like, he always felt guilty for years that his experience was lessened than other people, so he minimized his experience, his trauma, because he knew there's people that gone through worse, so he bottles that in. But luckily that's no longer the case, because at the end of the day, trauma is trauma. Be war, be your childhood, domestic violence. Trauma can be trauma from anywhere, right? And that's something that I didn't recognize for years on why are we getting so many people that are jacked up, not realizing that prior to them coming in, they experienced trauma like I did, and that changed my perspective. And I tell people, don't get me wrong, I experienced some crazy things, and I'm opening myself up now to the YouTube world and some Instagram stuff. But don't get it twisted, I just don't live on a Debbie Downer mindset. If I have to get down, I get down, and I'll tell you this, when things go down, that's when most alive I feel. It was crazy. And the reason I say that is not too long ago, there was a little incident that, I got somewhat involved in. And let me tell you, I felt alive. I felt amazing. I felt like a 20-some-year-old again. It was great. I was such on a high rush, because I get some sort of excitement and rush, and I don't know how I say it, like adrenaline dump when I'm hunting, because I like to hunt public. I like the walk and if you guys see on the videos, I like that chase, and when you get it done, it's amazing, but it's not the same when things are going down at work. And I just felt amazing, and at the same time I was like, bro, you got problems, right? but yeah, I just wanted to get on here to encourage everyone to speak up to who they need to speak up, to talk to other people, go see a doc, go get your blood work done. That could help you a whole lot. Get your exercise on. And always reach out to a homie, since I was telling you part of the organization that, I partake with, I met so many dudes that I feel I can call now and be vulnerable with, right? Because I get it. You can't always be vulnerable with everyone. And at times you can even be vulnerable with your loved ones, right? Because you feel they won't understand, and maybe you feel that eventually they'll use it against you. Like, there's a lot of evil motherfuckers out there like that. I'm sure YouTube's gonna strike that for saying that word. But anyways, I get it. I have trust issues myself, but just little bits, right? And maybe if you have that conversation with your loved one, because sometimes we put them through the ringer and they don't know why. Maybe if you talk to them and are a little bit vulnerable about what you're thinking, maybe things may change. Maybe that person is also going through it, because we brought them along with the ride without, them not even signing up for it. But yeah, I don't know. I was gonna write some stuff down, but I figured that I just speak from the heart, and hopefully you guys take something from it. I just want to, like I said, encourage you guys to speak up, talk to folks, encouragement to go get help. We're losing a lot of dudes. We're losing a lot of veterans to suicides, and and it's true. You see the happiest dudes out there and girls, and next you know they're gone. It's heartbreaking. You feel like crap. So reach out to the homies. If you have any questions about anything that I said, just shoot me a comment. I'll find a way to reach out if you want. Just talk about it in private. Don't have to be super pro. And now I guess you guys know a little bit more about me, for those that don't know me in the personal level. And I look forward to giving you guys some more videos. And if you need help, please reach out. Don't be too prideful. I'm prideful, and I gotten help too. So with all the love in the world, I hope your mental is great. I hope you're getting after it. And if you are not, take the first step. Let's not make this just the month of June, right? We should be making this every month, all year round. Men gotta take care of each other, and we gotta be able to be healthy, mentally healthy, to take care of our family. So with that, I'm gonna continue enjoying this nice little stick with some whiskey, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.